Hey, you guys, what is going on? So, I only have a limited time to speak today. I said, you know what? Instead of recording a video, why don't I go ahead and go live and talk about the pending orders really quick? So, I'm a firm believer that pending orders can literally save a trading account. Not only that, I'm also a believer that a pending order can help you if you don't have time to trade. So, there were two trades that I shared today when I got home from the gym. One was on USD CAD, which is this trade right here on USD CAD 12-hour time frame, saying, hey, you guys, price could move up before it pushes up. And there was also another one on New Zealand dollar, which my students, from Sunday, we had this conversation and we talked about how New Zealand dollar is back at our zone and she could push down. One thing that I am really an advocate for as a coach is making sure that every single week we go over trading plays, and then as we see our trading plays, we just acknowledge when they're about to play out, because everyone may not enter on the same time frames. Some people enter on different time frames, and so we're just really aware of that, right? But as long as we see the same things, that's what's going to matter. Okay. So so I was talking about, entering the trades of 12 o'clock or 5 o'clock. We can enter these trades because it's a 12-hour time frame, 5 to 5 my time zone. But I wasn't able to enter the positions because price has moved up. Now, as you guys can see where my risk to reward tool is, I had this panned out for if I wanted to enter into a pending order. Now, I like doing buy limits and sell limit orders, but I didn't wake up this morning to set my orders because yesterday price just made a new higher high and then it pushed down into the higher low where I would want to enter my position. But the thing about this trade, and mind you, this is information from the daily to enter on the 12-hour time frame. Okay. Now, mind you guys, like for me, mostly I wake up around 4:30 a.m. I'm to my charts by 5 to see if I have something on my 12-hour time frame that I could enter. But I didn't wake up in time. I'll be honest about that. I woke up around 5:05 and I immediately just started doing other things. And then I went to the gym and then I put this out thinking, okay, well, maybe price won't have a really, really big move, but price has had a really, really big move and it's moved towards my take profit. So I'm not in this position, sadly. But let's talk about how setting the pending order could have made me some really good money today, right? So let's talk about limit orders for just a quick second. When it comes to a limit order, if you're going to buy, price needs to basically, I'm going to try to explain this the best way that I can. So price needs to have past the area that you want to buy, basically needs to be below where you want to buy, because what's going to happen is it's going to come back and it's going to retest where you want to enter. So for here, as you guys can see, if I say, hey, I want you to buy once you get to my estimation zone, once it kind of, I'm sorry, I said it backwards. It needs to be above. So as you guys can see, price made a higher high. I'm telling the trading view or my broker Owanda, because you're above where I want to buy, once you touch my exchange rate that I want to buy at, I want you to trigger me into the trade. So it's kind of like what the popular people would say is a break in a retest for popular terms. So price would break through whatever your high is or your structure is and then come back to retest it. And that's kind of what this did here. So we're pulling back to retest where I want the limit order to trigger me into the trade, and it's going to push back up off of that exchange rate. Opposite if price was in a downtrend, for example. If I wanted to sell below this candlestick here, price needs to have passed the candlestick for some of y'all that may be having to break, and then you want it to come back to retest to put you back into the trade. Okay. So if I would have had a pending order, I would have had a 1.83 risk to reward going back up to my negative 27, and probably even more than a 1-to-1 going back up to my previous highs. But like I said, by the time I saw the trade, down here, I thought I would have had time by 12. But there's another one that I'm looking to see, and I've missed this one already. And this is dealing with New Zealand dollar USD. But before we do that, I'm sorry because I'm skipping something because I have somewhere to be soon. But before we do that, let me talk about this Forex screener really quick, because tomorrow I may be going live on this Forex screener to talk about what the Forex screener is. If you follow me on Instagram, I put a poll up in my stories asking you guys what I want to talk about, and you guys can answer that question too. Do you want me to talk about how to boost your confidence as a trader so that you can have a really good experience? Or do you want me to talk about how to find your currency pairs based on the Forex screener, which is down here, and a correlation chart that you guys can use to correlate your currency pairs? So let me know which ones you guys want me to talk about. A, confidence, or B, Forex screeners and correlations. So make sure you guys comment that down below this video, okay? So this is the Forex screen that I have. As you guys can see, it says that USD CAD is in a strong buy. And so this is going to help me say, okay, well, maybe, I want to buy USD CAD because this is screening the trade for me as a buy. Using simple moving averages in an EMA, I can see that everything is a buy, 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 moving rating average, buy. So you're kind of getting four confluences without it being on your actual price chart. So that's what the Forex screener is really good for, because it screens based on your criterias. And yeah, so I'll be talking about that tomorrow if you guys choose this. Now let's go to New Zealand dollar and let me show you guys how the New Zealand dollar screener looks as well. Okay, so New Zealand screener says that it's a strong sell because my moving averages are sell, 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 and I have no moving averages on my chart. But this is one where I wanted to sell also, but sadly, price is already moving in my favor. I'm already in a long-term sale anyway, so it's kind of helping my long-term sale, but I did want to stack the position. And so if you were in the class where I talked about how to stack your positions, how to enter multiple trades, it's a live I did last week. If you missed that, go back and listen to it because I talk about this exact setup, okay? So right now you guys can see that, price did pull back. Had I set a pending order, I would have set a sell limit because price would have made a new low. And this is how I like to set my orders. I need to see that price makes a new low or a new high, because then I wanted to come back and retest my estimation zone for me, right? Thought I would have had time here, but once again, not being at my chart, I got a busy week this week, so hey, looking at it, I would not have had a 1-to-1, which is why my negative 27 is down here for where my take profit would have been. So my trade would have looked like this. I would have had a 1.56 risk to reward on my hands here. You guys, this is the difference between, and this is called fighting for the best price as well, but this is the difference between hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars when it comes to a trade. So today, this could have been well over a $1,000 to $2,000 day for me, but sadly, it's not, right? But that's okay because there's always another trade around the corner, and that's how I feel. But the good part about it is one of my students, she is actually catching this trade. She's actually doing really good, and I'll read a comment that she said as well here. Let me see. She says, because I asked if they caught the USD CAD. She says no, she's in New Zealand dollar USD, euro pound, euro USD for the first time. They're all in profit. So I'm glad that they're going her way. I'm praying that she's at a pending order. If not, it's fine. If she entered manually, because she does trade the 4-hour, kudos to her. And so she's even talking about the screener right here that we went over on Sunday. She says, I love the scanner. I've created a worksheet to record the status and to note comments on each, along with TMP, which is my trading strategy. This is turning into my saving grace. Thank you so much, Teach. You guys, that's what a coach is for. If you don't have a coach or a community, we have a really small community, and I don't mind that because I'm an introvert and I don't like being around big crowds anyway. But just having someone to teach you like different things. I don't teach different strategies like support and resistance and trend lines and all those things. I feel like that's kind of doing too much and doing a lot. What I do is I help people find different ways to find the best currency pairs to trade, the best markets to trade, the best time frames for them to trade, and how to hold positions, right? Positions like this will literally take 24 hours to 48 hours to hit profit. Our longer term trades from the daily, weekly, monthly will take days, weeks, or even months. But to have someone have an eye to tell you that, to show you that, to teach you that, to teach you the market conditions can really help in your trading career when it's time for you to pick your own currency pairs to trade. And that's what my people are being taught to do. And if you want to be one of my people who learns my TMP technique, who wants to learn how to hold trades, who wants to learn how to enter into trades without even being in their chart, using limits, who wants to learn about foreign currency pairs as far as screeners and how to correlate pairs on which ones to trade with each other, with which ones to trade, opposite of one another, you guys. Talk to me, inbox me, DM me, work with me, okay? Because I'm here for you. That's what a coach is for. The coach is here for you. But I do gotta go because I am crunched on time. If you guys like this live stream, if you like how I did it, give me a thumbs up, you guys, because if you like the live streams, I'll start going live more versus doing pre-recorded videos, okay? So I pray you guys have a really great week. I pray you learned something in this. I love you guys. Have a